Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all and welcome to this important second International Submarine Cable Resilience Summit. I'm speaking to you today from Sydney, Australia, and while I very much regret that I could not be with you in person, I know you are gathered in the beautiful city of Porto for what promises to be a highly significant event. I'd like to begin by thanking ANACOM and the Portuguese government for hosting this summit and for the commitment to advancing international dialogue on submarine cable resilience. I would also like to recognise the leadership and vision of the co-chairs of the International Advisory Body, Professor Sandra Maximiano and His Excellency Minister Buson Tijani, for bringing together such a distinguished group of international experts from government, industry, and across the wider ecosystem. Submarine cables have underpinned global communications for more than a century. The first transatlantic telegraph cable was installed in 1858, and while that initially failed after only a month, by 1870, cables were reliably transmitting telegraph signals across the Atlantic. The first transatlantic telephone cable, TAP-1, followed in 1956, making another major milestone in global connectivity. And then fibre optic cable, the first transatlantic cable, TAT-8, was laid in 1988. Recognising the importance of these vital communications link, the Cable Damage Committee was established in 1958. And in 1967, it was renamed the International Cable Protection Committee, or ICPC. And it has remained the leading global organisation representing the interests of submarine cables ever since. Today, with over 240 members across 75 countries, and with participants including submarine cable owners, suppliers, cable ship operators, and others across the supply chain, we're also joined by government observers, which enables and ensures a valuable balance of technical, operational, and policy perspectives. The ICPC greatly values the work of the International Advisory Body under the leadership of its co-chairs and with the guidance from the co-executive secretaries Thomas Lumanskas and from the ITU and our own legal advisor Kent Bressy. I'd like to thank the ITU for its collaborative approach in bringing industry and governments together, and we look forward to supporting the implementation of the recommendations and outcomes that will emerge from this work. I'd just like to leave you with three key messages to bear in mind during the summit and beyond. Firstly, demand for access to the seabed continues to increase across multiple sectors. This makes it essential that the advisory body's practical recommendations are implemented at a quick pace so that activities can coexist in harmony and submarine cables can be freely laid and repaired. Second, while the total kilometres of submarine cables have nearly doubled over the past decade, the number of faults has remained stable, so this is very encouraging. However, the time taken to commence repairs continues to increase, highlighting the need to remove barriers to repair, an area where the advisory body's recommendations can offer practical solutions. And thirdly, engagement matters. Engage with the industry that owns and operates submarine cables, engage through the ICPC, and engage directly with the owners of these critical infrastructure assets that underpin every aspect of modern life and enable global communications. I encourage you to keep these points in mind throughout your discussions. I wish you a very productive and successful summit, and thank you for your continued engagement and collaboration. Thank you very much.